Today we have another tour here in Key West of a very old house. In fact, it's the oldest house in Key West. It's called the Oldest House Museum and Gardens. I think it's around $10 a ticket to get in. You can walk around and check out a really, really old place. I'm excited. Let's go check it out. Now, the oldest house is located off Duval Street, and for the most part, that's a very popular street down here. So many things are off of Duval Street. And right here is Duval Street. We're on the corner of Green Street and Duval Street. For a reference point, Sloppy Joe's is right here on this corner. So we're gonna take a right. And then right down here, we'll take you to that old White House. I don't think it'll be a super long tour. And right on up here, the oldest house in Key West, circa 1829. Historic exhibits and garden. Oh, right here. This is where you enter. Here's a little information about it. Museum entrance. And here's what it looks like. As we go in, we'll see how we get tickets and stuff. Here's what their little gift shop looks like.
7 total, 5 adults, yes.
The daughters and the daughters of the daughters and all of that, they all lived in the house until 1972.
Oh, wow.
All the families that we talk about from the early settlement, which is 1820 maybe to 1850, a lot of those families are still community members here in Key West. The Currys and the Pinders and the Browns, all those names are very common. Key West wasn't yet part of the United States, but it was the wealthiest little island possibly get your hands on. And that was because that all is off the back of the salvaging industry and the wrecking industry. They call themselves wreckers because they would go out when the ships wrecked. And he called Mr. Fleming, Green, and Mr. Whitehead. They came down and plotted out the island, named all the streets after their children. Right. So it didn't take long. The government was able to smell the money down here, and sure enough, the next year, the U.S. Navy came down and planted the flag, thus incorporating Florida Keys into Florida, which is now part of the United States.
All right, she is showing us the way in here. Wow.
It's a musical instrument as well. You gotta learn to blow it. And then sometimes we have conch blowing contests.
So she said the reason why people call themselves conch down here is because when a baby was born, they would put like a conch shell out in the yard, and if you weren't from here and you were born later on in life, you were called a freshwater conch.
Yeah. So these are actual portraits of the family. This is Emmeline here, and this is her handsome captain over here, Francis Watlington. Originally from St. Croix.
Wow. I bet those
And so we feel that Emmeline, because they were very much aware of their status and they were very conservative and very patriotic people. Emmeline brought with her a couple pieces of furniture. This sideboard in the back here probably traveled on the boat with her. Very good family. So there's a lot of amazing photographs on the walls of the original family.
Hello.
Yeah.
The kids were
The pocket doors? Yeah.
to separate.
Yeah, this is cool.
I love those big pocket doors. Hey, I need to get a little box like that and put our stuff in it that we found.
Yeah, this is cool. An organ. Mm-hmm. Here's another room. that bed. So again, here's the dining room. That was the front room. That's where we entered. Second floor is closed. And then out here, they said this is the last remaining cookhouse in Key West. All homes had a cookhouse because they didn't want their house catching on fire and cooking inside. And then also it still has the cistern where they collected their water. Several tours down here said, you know, they didn't have running water, so they had to have the cistern to have water. It's about 7 feet deep, measures 80 square feet beneath the porch. Now, one thing I read online is that the gardens, it's very pretty back here, and I can see why. They do have some public restrooms in the back. We'll go check out this cookhouse here in just a second. And then over here, we do have the captain's room.
This one, it's very neat. Yeah, look at this one. Oh, yeah.
Shifts are over.
Look at this.
You're gonna go where? This is like the same color as our floors up here.
Oh, yeah. And just like our house, if you followed us for any time we showed you our new house, when you get a house old like this, my phone is completely level right now. You can see not everything was straight back in the day.
That and that.
Yep, it's again,
Yeah, that
this is leveled right now, so kind of funny.
reminds you of ours. Huh?
Yeah. Actually reminds us a lot of our house. Just, I mean, built, what, 50 years apart or so. What is it? 1829, I think. 27, 29? And ours is 1884, so.
But it says the room was enclosed from the open sleeping porch around 1880, so that
Yeah, that area.
is like our era.
Yeah.
Love this brick.
Yeah. Would love to have a brick path like this. Here's the cookhouse.
What you good?
Yeah, duck under there. A little bit of information about the cookhouse. Again, I mentioned why everybody calls themselves conchs now. I had no idea they put a conch shell out when a baby was born.
No, that's interesting.
That's a good piece of information there. Here's what the cookhouse looked like. It's very neat. And here's a look at the backside. I will say the lady that was in the gift shop area, that's where the tour begins. And they spent about 15 to 20 minutes just talking about different things about the house and facts. Really interesting stuff. And then she shows you where the house is at and where you can walk around. And then from there, it's pretty much a self-guided tour, which is what we are on right now. Walking this way. Pretty peaceful out here. Nice little green space. Oh. That's old. I mean, everything's old. This is a pretty neat spot. Giving us some ideas on what we could do with our backyard, for sure. I love the roof out here. Look how peaceful this is, though. It's beautiful. Look at the sky, not a cloud in the sky right now today. This would have been a nice piece of property, like back in the 1800s. I mean, did she say anything about this part?
No.
Not sure what this is. Might have been added later too, just for storage or something.
It looks a little bit
Newer, yeah. One last look. Heading out. You can't see how crooked this is though. Look at that. There, my phone's straight. Yeah, everything does settle
They
over.
might have built it as straight as they could, and then
That's
however
true.
Many hundreds of, almost 200 years later.
It just, I mean, it's been through hurricanes and things like that too. I wish we could go upstairs. Not sure why it's closed, but that's okay. It's still the oldest house in Key West, circa 1829. That's right. As you exit, you end up going this way to the exit. And this is what it looks like heading back to the front. Again, here was the little gift shop. You could go in up there to the little tour area. Back in the gift shop.
So before they had a lot of leftover brick, and of course that was the way it goes, since they're building in brick.
Cool.
So all the add-ons and stuff are usually brick.
Look at that. Just another view of the front of it here. Look how high up it is. Oldest house museum, Key West. Cool. All right, that was our tour of the oldest house in Key West, but I have to say the architecture, the style and stuff, really super cool. It's always fun to go into older homes. The grounds, the garden area, super peaceful, nice. It's shady. You can see how green it is behind us there. But she had some very helpful information. Gift shop's good, not very expensive. It's nice to just come and look at some of this very old stuff. So with that being said, that does it for today. Thanks for watching.